Boy, you know you make me float, float. Boy, you really give me high. Ooh, I feel like I'm on dope, 'cause you.
Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me and this is your first time seeing me, my name is Nanii and it is so nice to be here with you guys today. Today we're just going to be having a little yap session with me, a little inspirational talk to get some things going because I've had this on my mind for a little while now and I wanted to share it with you guys because why not, honestly. So the main focus of what we're talking about today is focus itself. I wanted to talk about focus because I feel like in this generation today, that's what we do the least. And if we are focusing, we're focusing too much on the wrong things. And that may seem as like a shocker on like, wow, you're jumping straight in. I am, because why waste time with it, right? I feel like, and this is me, and I want to state by like when I'm speaking, nothing that I'm saying is a fact unless I say it is. A lot of these are just my personal emotions and how I see things. You don't have to agree, and if you don't, I don't hold anything to you for that at all. But with focusing, I feel like that's something this generation doesn't do the most. We a lot of times want to just fly with life, and don't get me wrong, we need to be enjoying life because a lot of what we do is stressing on the other end of the stick, and a lot of times we can't find that balance in between. Of course we need to be working and figuring out our lives, but we're young, right? I feel like at this age that we're at, focus on what you want to do. Like when we were little, I feel like we really just used to talk about what we wanted to be the most. Like that was the main thing you would hear us talking about with our parents, or like the latest toy, of course. But realistically, like, where did those dreams go? Where did those big ideas go? What happened to that? That's the first question. What happened to those big ideas? What happened to those imaginary things happening? What happened to that big imagination that we had before? I want you to really sit down and think about that. A lot of times we're so caught up in the life we have going on around us, we forget that, hey, we have our own things that we want it to be. You don't have to settle for that 9 to 5 that you got. You don't have to settle for having a 10-hour shift every single day. You don't have to settle for being somewhere you don't want to be, right? You don't. It's a million things we could be in the world, but you do not have to stay at that lower basis your whole life. Like when you would see people say they've been somewhere for years, and then you'll ask them, well, what did you really want to be? I wanted to be a chef. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. Well, what stopped you? Honestly, life. And like hearing that sometimes eats a part of me when I hear stuff like that, because it's like I don't want to be that person. I don't want to say that life consumed me so much I forgot what I wanted to be here for. The dreams that could have been more than dreams, right? What could you be doing with your life? Me personally, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I used to want to be a DJ. I did. When I stayed with my mom, I had a whole side of my room that we did nothing with, guys. Nothing at all. But I wanted to turn it into a DJ booth. I wanted to learn how to mix beats so bad because I grew up with a band kid. Like my mom loved music, y'all, but I never did it. And now I've changed my dreams as an adult, because you can still dream of what you want to be as an adult. You can change your dream a million times. Who's going to stop you? Who's going to fight you for it? No one. But you and your own thoughts. Don't be that person. Don't. It's not healthy for you, nor is it healthy for your mental. Grow to be who you want to be. Grow to see the things you want to see. But don't just say, well, since I can't reach that point, I'm going to settle for this and I'm going to live my life like this. No, it's other things in life than settling for that small thing. And it's other things in life for those people that just party their life away and do the strangest things, or just is wild and out and about. Are you thinking about what you actually want it to be, or are you just living in the moment? Sometimes living in the moment is not all you can be. Living in the moment is not all you will want. We're young now, but think about 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. You're not going to still be living in that moment, partying and all that. It's going to really settle. So build up before you hit that settle. Build it up. Start building a plan that will matter. Me personally, right now, I can feel the way down on our economy, on myself every day. But I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm not going to make that my main thing of like, hey, I have to keep grinding to stay afloat where I am. Of course, grind. I'm not saying don't. Before anybody gets to, oh, what are you saying? I'm not saying don't grind for what you want or staying afloat. Grind for what it's going to matter for. Grind to whatever extent you want. But don't forget about what you're really supposed to be hitting. You want to become a DJ? Okay, cool. Work your hours to, pay your rent. But on your off days, at least settle for an hour to pay attention to how can I get to this point? When will I start to get to this point? Okay, if this is my first step, how can I make that first step fit into my life? How can I make that first step just work out a little bit? How can I set this up for myself, right? Do that for yourself. Because nobody else is going to do it for you. The universe is always listening. And as they always say, the power of the tongue is amazing. It's magical even. But you can't say the power of the tongue is magical and you're saying, oh, I want to be this. And then you don't do anything about it. What you say has to match of what you're doing. And also, like the power of the tongue, speak that good into your life. Like, I am this thing before you even reach that point. You want to be a pharmacy tech. I am a pharmacy tech. Say it. Say it to yourself. I want to be a nurse. I am a nurse. You ain't got to say it in front of people because then you might get questioned, of course. But really, like, say it. Put it in the air. Do what matters. Do what matters. Don't waste your life or watch life go past you doing what you don't want to do for years. Staying at the same business for 10 to 15 years. If you ain't growing in your spot, what you there for? Honestly, what you there for? You ain't doing nothing but the same thing every single day. Don't you want to see a change? Don't you want to see yourself grow to the potential you knew you had when you were a kid? Don't let that die out. Be who you want to be because it's important. Be who you want to be because this is your life. I feel like right now, even for myself, like I talk from personal experience. I have been working my butt off and work 5 days a week. I'm up from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's hard. It is. So sometimes I have to settle and think like, dang, how am I going to get to the point I want to be at? How am I going to make time for this if I'm tired and all this? I can say I'm tired, but I can also say I want this for myself, but I can't find the time for it. No, that's not how life works. You have to find the time for the things you want. And guess what? I did find the time for the things I wanted. Right now, my goal is to be a pharmacy tech, right? What did I do? Even though I work 5 days a week and on those 2 days that I'm off, I am tired. I'm a little stressed out. I don't want to move from my bed. That's what I did. I registered in the state of Missouri for pharmacy tech. And guess what? I got approved for that license by the state. Am I a certified pharmacy tech? No. But this is my first step to my bigger goals and me getting to something bigger, because that's what's going to matter. Me taking that first step, me taking my baby steps to get there. Okay, I got the first step knocked out. How am I going to get to my second step? I get to putting that down. I make the time for it. We don't have all the time in the world. No, especially if you full time right now, girl, I understand. Working 40, 60, 80 hours a week. Sometimes you just want to sit down, and you give yourself that grace to sit down. But don't let you giving yourself the grace to sit down every off day or go party every off day stop you from doing what matters, from doing what's actually going to get you somewhere that you actually want to be. Yeah, you want to party, but what do you want to do outside that party? You want to be a lawyer, you want to be a nurse, you want to be a doctor. Okay, party in that moment, but make time for everything else that you need to, just like you make time to party, just like you make time to drink, just like you make time to smoke, just like you make time to sit on the phone and gossip about, girl, guess what he just did with me. Like, I get you, girl. Look, I understand. But you have to be realistic. Nobody's going to take that first step but you. So when are you going to take your first step? How are you going to take your first step? When are you going to make that first step be a reality? Don't just think about it either. Of course, I want you to think about it in this moment, but don't just think about it. Make it happen. That's what's going to make it magic. And say to yourself, you're going to make it happen. Make it happen for you. You ain't got to do it for nobody else. You ain't got to do it for me. You ain't got to do it because I said it. Do it for you. You want to make some money? Go make some money. But don't make some money doing the same thing you're doing right now. Unless it's really your dream to do what you want to do. By all means, by all means. But honestly, I want you guys to think about where you want to be. I know it may just seem like I'm just yapping to some of y'all, but some of what I'm saying is actually going to hit a lot of you guys right at home, And that's what I'm hoping for. Focus in on what you want. Don't try to focus and juggle fun work. No. What do I want out of my life? We get so used to seeing the people around us settle for the same job for years, being a grocery store clerk, a bagger, a janitor, when they could have been something so different. And they say in another life, you don't want to be that person. And not to bash those people either, because they make a living for a lot of people. But you don't have to be that person. Grow into what you want for you. It's literally the best thing in the world to be who you want to be. Use that imagination you once had, but make it a reality. As adults, we really forget that our imagination, we can make it our reality at any point. At any point. Don't get me wrong, money does play a big part, but that's also why I say be who you want to be. You can make that money happen, right? Okay. No, it may not happen in 10 seconds. You can't wish upon a star and it's gonna fall from the sky. I'm sorry to tell you, baby. I wish it was that easy. Baby, I'll be a billionaire right now, okay? A billionaire. But realistically, I cannot. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take every step I need to take to get to where I want to be. I want to be happy in a 2-story house. Right now, I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment with a cat and my boyfriend. Talking to you guys. What do I really want to do? I want to inspire people. I want to talk good into the youth. I want to see good in the youth. I don't want to just talk it. I want to make it happen for the youth. We see all these streamers and baddies and everything like that. That's what the youth listen to, right? But who's going to also speak good into the youth? Not saying Kai don't do that. I love me some Kai. Okay? Really do. I do feel like he plays a good part. But a lot of people also pay attention to baddies, say that's what they want for their life. What are you going to get from that? Speaking good into the youth is what's going to matter. Speaking so much into the youth is going to matter. Speaking into all people, really. Because we all deserve to hear that good things are going to come if we make it happen. Life never stops. And we never stop growing up. We never stop growing up. Ever. You know? And that's completely fine. But since we never stop growing up, stop saying, oh, I'm grown up now and I didn't get to. No, you're still growing up. Make it happen. Make it happen. Nobody's going to make it happen but you. Literally. But you. So, with listening to this, focus. Take at least an hour a week on one of those off days. An hour. Or maybe even on both those off days, take an hour to sit. Write down what needs to be wrote down. Even do a voice memo to yourself and tell yourself what you need to do. Put a reminder in your phone. Budget correctly so you can save up to get to that next point. You know, do what needs to really, really happen to get to where you want to be. I am proud of where you are right now, but I want to see you where you really want to be. A lot of y'all might think I'm a little corny for that. I don't mind being corny, actually. I would rather speak good into you than watch you sit in the same place that really you don't want to be. Think to yourself. Talk to the universe. Talk to God. Speak light into yourself. Do affirmations in the morning. Study on what you want to be. Take the first step. Even if you got to take baby steps. You don't have to take a big boy step. Even if you need to take a baby step and just studying into what you would need to do to get there. Do it. I'm not going to shame you for it. If anything, I'll be proud of you for it. Because it takes somebody really strong to actually reach their goals the way they want to. And not just talk the talk. Talk your talk and walk the walk. Be a person that makes a change for yourself. You want to be the first person in your family to do something, do it. Don't be like, oh, nobody in my family ever did this, so I guess I'm just going to be like, no. Be that person to make a change. Both of my parents didn't graduate. I graduated. I walked across the stage and I told myself I would. And I did it as third in my class. The first girl in line. So actually, whatever you say, you can make happen. I guarantee you. You may not have the biggest support system, but guess what? You have me and you have yourself. A 2-man army. Sometimes that's all you need. You don't need the biggest crowd to know you have support. Sometimes the smallest support will get you everywhere you need to be. I hope I really hit things in the right spot. Today was not supposed to be a very long video. I might not do a lot of editing on this just because I want you guys to see that this is truly uncut. This is really who I am. This is how I talk. This is what I'm going to be presenting to you guys. So I hope that matters then. I thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys subscribe and I hope you guys share this video with your friends and give me a little bit more support so I can be where I want to be, right? But I hope you guys stay for the full thing. I hope you listen to me yap this whole time. And I hope I inspired you just a little bit to take your first step and do your 1 hour. But I love you guys and I'll see you in my next video.